channel, guys, and a very warm welcome to our first video. Firstly, I would like to tell you why we are starting this channel. In my day-to-day scrolling on Instagram, one day I came across this meme. I felt this meme deeply, very deeply. Online courses in ads be like, and offline and online courses after downloading be like. I have experienced these things. The courses charge many more fees than actually the content they give. And other things that they are just marketed like they are from a beginner friendly level and made from scratch. We are going really from scratch and only on the beginner level. Second thing I would like to tell you all guys that I am a board person. I am from Maharashtra board. And we are going in a very beginner friendly level type English. And believe me, if I can, then definitely you can. Firstly, we will see what are the basic qualities expected from programmers in the industry. This is what for अभी करना है तो इसका फायदा तो पता चलना चाहिए. The industry seeks data structures and algorithms. Oops. Object-oriented programming. DBMS concepts. Database management system. There are concepts of database management systems. Web developments. Web development like HTML for the structure, CSS for the designing, and JavaScript for the logic development. Backend, here also comes DBMS for the backends. App development like Flutter and other new required skills. Likewise, Flutter I said. These are the skills we have to target. But firstly, we need what the first stage of gaining knowledge. The stages of gaining knowledge start with the languages. Firstly, you learn your native language, and then you start gaining the language material or the knowledge related to your language. And in the same way, computers too have their programming languages. Nowadays, lots of options are available in the market. As the very new people came, they developed their own languages, they used them, they made their identity, as the incrementions were made accordingly as needed. Some of the commonly used languages are C, CPP, Java, Python, and many more. These are the commonly used languages. In reality, there are often languages that I too don't remember at this time. From all these languages, generally people find these two languages as beginner friendly. Not 100% people find C as a beginner friendly, and not 100% people find Python as a beginner friendly. But in my opinion, C is more beginner friendly than Python due to the Python's deep contexts. The beginner student got confused in what to learn and what not to learn, and that's not the case in the C. Because if you want to learn C, then your goal is short. You think for a short period of span, and when you complete the C, you gain a confidence to learn a new language, which is its incrementation called CPP. CPP. And then you start developing programming knowledge. This is also a meme. Another one that indicates what the Python actually is and how it depresses starter. Maybe I am wrong. Excuse me if you find Python as a more beginner friendly language than C, but I think C is good one and with a very small approach of learning. Let's see some of the history related to C. Yes, it's not important though, and no one gonna ask you in interviews who framed the language C, where framed, but just for our knowledge, C programming language was developed in 1972 by Dennis Ritchie at Telephone and Telegraph located in the USA. Before we should start the actual programming, I would like to tell firstly some common terminologies to the people who are following us, because I don't want you people to be backward, to be seen yourself backward as compared to those who have paid for the courses and taken that courses. IDEs. First terminology, IDEs. What is IDE? IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. If you want its actual definition, as you guys wrote in your 10th in the sciences, that's an integrated development environment is a software application that provides comprehensive facilities to computer programmers for software development. An IDE normally consists of at least source code editor, build automation tools, and debugger. What are these source code editor, build automation tools, and debugger? A source code editor means what you write. Let me tell you firstly, IDE. What are the IDE? IDE is the actual computer screen or the actual software where you write your code. Means IDE accepts your code. Source code editor formats your code into a more way that the code looks great. Builds automation tool means the tools done the building of your code as its name suggests, and debugger is the tool to find the mistakes done in the code. If you are writing a 2-3 lines code, then it's not necessary, but if you are writing 2-3,000 lines of code, then debugger plays a very much important role. Compilers. A program that converts instructions into machine code or lower level form so that they can be read and executed by a computer. As I told you, you need to tell the computer what you want to do through your code, and what you have written in your code is compiled into the computer language by the compilers. This is the only means of this definition. Interpreters. In a way, interpreters are optional to compilers. Why I tell you so? That in a computer science, an interpreter is a computer program that directly executes instructions written in a programming or a scripting language without requiring them previously to have been compiled into machine language program. Means you tell computer something code like XYZ, it gets converted into the code computer language. Suppose it's a PQR, and the computer extracts it. A computer accepts PQR and gives you output that suppose ABC. And if we use interpreter, the XYZ directly got converted to ABC. That's the meaning for the interpreters. This happens when you use compiler, and this happens when you use interpreters. But these are of no use of us, because we are not going to develop any programs. We are going to develop projects, but not likely in this current scenario. We are firstly learning languages, and I don't want you all guys to waste your 1-2 days downloading the softwares as the other programs do, as the other courses want. Depends on your net speeds. If you are using Geo or anything slow net, I'm not telling that Geo is a slow net. Geo is a better option too. But if your network is slow, then it will definitely require 1-2 days. 1-2 days more than setting them. And to write a program, it will take 1-2 days more. On my personal option, I have downloaded JRE, Java Runtime Environment. It is like yes, IDE I was still, and I was expected to download JDE, Java Development Kit, JDK, Java Development Kit. I am sorry. That's my fault, and it take me 8 days to 8 days to figure it out what I was wrong about. And my uh, is that you definitely want to skip. So we are going to use softwares, online softwares, sorry, online softwares that are already designed to run your code. You just go there, access them, write your code, and they will give you output. The some of the examples of that softwares are online JDB, tutorials for programmers. Simply you go to the your Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox or anything else and type online C compilers. You will get a number of compilers that are available for your programming without downloading anything. But just the back point of them is that they are online and you can't write your codes offline. So program nowadays every platform have made their compilers of own. Suppose let me tell you, CodeChef has its own compiler. HackerRank has its own compiler. Your CS50 done by Harvard, it's the course made by Harvard University has its own compiler. These are some of the competitive programming ranks, which we will see them in the higher courses also. But firstly, let me tell you by using online JDB, online C compiler, code compile and run and debug C program online. That's what the use of the JDB. And we will see how to write this code and many more complex codes like this, not only this, in our next video. Thank you.